What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to cut this haircut. We're going to walk you through it step by step, and guess what, it's going to get a little bit dicey in the middle, so stay tuned. For this back portion, you would do whatever technique. Just decide how you want to create that. Make sure that this section is basically at the occipital bone and then works a diagonal forward or diagonal back line, which will go with the round of the head on both sides. And I'm going to start by working right in the center, just like this. And I'm going to cut my first section. So let's take out 1/4 of an inch. As I'm going to go straight up here, and I want you to take a look at the head shape, because as I hold this up in the air, you could see that the head shape curves forward. So this point of the head shape here is way further away from my fingers than this point here. So this is going to end up being shorter as I hold it in my comb. And this point here obviously is longer. You can see how much longer that hair is right there than this hair here. So as I hold it up, even though I'm cutting parallel to the floor, like this, even though I'm cutting parallel to the floor, it's getting longer towards the front. This is also a good visual of why we don't cut past that second knuckle, because if you look at this hair that's kind of shoved and bunched together in the bottom, that's because it's shoved into my second knuckle. If I want this line to be actually truly across the head shape parallel to the floor, I need to recomb, reorganize the hair, and bring it up just like this. Now you can see that hair is all organized. What does it change if we bunch it all together like this and cut it? It's just going to make this portion right here a little bit longer, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It could go to your benefit later, but if we're really truly working on a line on the top of the head, we want to recomb and work that line across. So we've got our guideline in the center, and I'm going to work a traveling guide across the top of the head. So what does traveling mean? I'm going to take my new section, or the section I just cut, and I'm going to bring it over to the new section to take a guide from that. Then I'll drop off the first section here, and I'll take my second section and move it to the third and cut it there. I'll travel across the head shape until I start to round the head. Once the round of the head happens, everything's just going to come straight up. So we're creating basically a 180-degree or flat parallel line on the top of the head. So here, and this will be the last section that I push, so you can see kind of where I'm at. Not quite to the round of the head yet over here, but getting close. So this will be my last. And here's what I love about kind of working these sections this way, is that you can really see, like, I don't really care about this length here. I'm going to cut into that with a razor, but what I'm doing is I'm building up the density here and also adding that layering in, and you can see where it kind of bevels in and sits on that eye. That's the shape that I'm looking for this haircut. Kind of like a little shag pixie-ish look to it. So then when we get to the edge, to the round, this is just going to come straight up to the guide. So just straight up, just like that. And coming straight up around the round of the head will just give me a little extra length around the corner. It'll also help hold that corner a little bit. All right, so now I'm pulling the guide. So before I was pushing the guide into the new section, consistently working across. Now I'm working across this way. So now I want to pull the guide over just to stay consistent. So again, I'm at the round of the head, and I'm just going straight up. We've got these longer pieces, and I want this to be more of a pixie cut. So sometimes, just like in the front, I like to push the hair to get length to then cut into it a little bit. I just think it makes the style go a lot better. This tool, the Tri-Razor, which is my patented razor cutting tool, it cuts 100% of the hair here, 50% and 25%. So it's a really fun tool to create texture, do full haircuts with, whatever. Now take a horizontal section Still keeping that disconnect. And then go with my 100% cutting side and just work a textured line across. I'm just going to bring a couple of these sections over and leave that length towards the fringe, because again, we're going to cut into that fringe. And do the same thing on the opposite side. You can get this on freesaloneducation.com. So now that we've cut the front, still got to cut the fringe. Haven't done that yet. Cut the front, got our interior layers the way we want them. We got the back the way that we want that here. Now we just need to connect the crown into the back. So if you think about the line that I want to create now, take a look at this. So it would be from this point here, and I can either go down just a little bit and then connect it in. So you think about these geometric lines here. Maybe that's how I want to create it. If I want it to be a little more rounded feeling, I can work the round of the head here. I typically like to have a little buildup of weight right here in the corner. I like it to meet, to kind of lift out and add volume right here in the crown. So let's let out the first crown section here on the right side. The scissor I'm using, this is the FSE Precision Elite scissor, also on sale on our site right now. Custom designed. When you like to cut hair and you want to have scissor that just feels good in the hand, this thing is created specifically to cater to modern style cutting. So being able to cut without having your hand all the way in the scissor, just half in. Now we're going to work a vertical line. I'm going to do the same style of cutting in the back that I did in the front. It's going to be a traveling guide till we get to this corner, and then I'm just going to over direct everything straight up. We're going to grab our guide from here. For now, I'm not worried about my vertical line going up and down like this. I'm worried about this line here. So that's the line I'm going to cut first. Slight angle. So it is going to give me a little extra length here, but I'm going to cut an angle that goes down as well. Remember, I'm going to comb my guide to the new section. So I'm just working this traveling guide, guys. Same thing on this side. Hopefully what I can teach you guys from this haircut is that disconnections don't always have to be left where they're at. You can just disconnect hair to put it somewhere else so that later on you can cut into it and create a more unique style. So now that is the wet portion of the haircut. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to comb out these disconnects here, and we're just going to blow dry real quick, and then we're going to do some dry cutting to finalize our style. So I want to introduce you guys to the Hybrid Elite. This scissor, and somebody asked earlier if we have lefty versions of the scissors. We do. They're available in righty and lefty, most of them. This one, you could see where it says sliding. That is where it slide cuts dry hair, and then the cutting portion is where it will precision cut dry hair. If you want to slide cut, if you want to come in here and just slide through and glide, you get that, and it's a beautiful, like, soft feel to the slide. So you just slide in and you can cut the hair. If you want to point cut dry hair, which is something I also really love to do, you can go in here and just to break up and soften a line, you get the precision of the tip of this scissor through it. So you get the best of both worlds, sliding and precision cutting all in one blade. So this is the Hybrid Elite dry cutting scissor. So let's go in and just soften and break this up. You got all these lines, so you can see it's a pretty hard line in there. I don't want to take away the line because that's what creates shape, but I do want to soften it. Just have it lay with a little bit more texture. So I'll come in here, go about a ½ inch or an inch into the line and just soften it. And across the hair, Same thing here. And everything I'm doing, I'm just bringing it straight up from where it lives. That's how we cut it vertically. So that's how I want to cut it horizontally. The other benefit to softening some of this disconnect or some of this over direction that is in the front here is that when you go in to cut it shorter to actually create that fringe, it's gonna be a lot easier because you've taken away some of that bulk by elevating it up in the air like this and then softening the line. Now another really cool design tool that we have is the Evo Razor Pro. This is a brand new tool. Now I can go in and I can really design this haircut, and that's what I want to do now. And I'm not pushing through really hard because I want to create this softness. If I push through really hard, it's just going to chop it off. I want to soften this line. And I'm going to split this down the middle, section off some of this top. So just throw a couple of these Velcro clips in. They can hold the hair without really creasing it too much. And then right in here is where I'm going to cut this fringe. So I don't want to cut all that hair just sitting down. So see how it went from being like super bulky where I was just cutting to just being nice and soft over that disconnect? That's what this does. Little elevation, horizontal section, not changing the shape, just point cutting into the hair. Dual 20 Pro. It's got two even handle, so you can flip it. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this haircut. I hope you guys can use it in the salon. Let me know in the comments below what you think of it. And then also make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell because I'm putting out videos like this all the time. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll get an alert anytime I go live to record these videos. So I'd love to have you in the chat, love to have you a part of it. Thank you so much for being a part of the FSE community. Remember, go to freesaloneducation.com or shopfse.com and you can pick up all the tools that I used in this video. They're all designed by me for hairdressers and for your comfort, for quality, and for affordability. So go check out shopfse.com. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. I'll see you on the next video.